Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. I am your host Corinne. This is Maggie, my co-host and great friend, and we are here to talk about all things woolly wool. And yeah, that's about it, right?
Yeah.
Welcome. If this is your first time, thank you for checking us out. We hope you stay and enjoy. And if you're back and returning, thank you so much. I met some of you yesterday at Vermont Sheep and Wool. So
Oh, you did go.
I did go, and I had a lovely time. It was beautiful weather, and so met some viewers, and hello to you guys. But thank you for being here and watching. We really appreciate you visiting with us through our YouTube channel.
Nice.
Yes, Maggie. So what should we talk about first?
This Shopcast is we're no longer running ads, so we hope you enjoy this ad-free show.
Yes.
The flip side of that is we hope that you also, if you feel like supporting, you enjoy the Shopcast and enjoy the work we do and the yarns that we bring you.
Yes.
That we hope that you pop by the shop.
Check us out.
Check us out.
thewoollythistle.com, 2 L's in woolly always.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. And also we have a PIP program, which if you're not partaking in, you definitely should be. PIPs are points in progress to go with your whips and pips. So when you shop with us, you get pips and you build those up and you can start taking money off your next order, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And we have free shipping on all orders, $125 and up. So, okay, I think that's it. What do we have on the show today? I pre-watched Caitlin's. Caitlin, I love your FO. It's beautiful, and I love your design, which we'll get to see as well.
So Caitlin is on the Shopcast, and I'm not sure if we have an episode from Rachel.
Not yet. So I know that there was some weather that might have delayed her getting off the island, but she's off. She's with family, having a lovely time. So if you have that, Maggie, we'll pop it in here.
Hi, Woolly Thistlers. It's Rachel from Barklandcroft in Fair Isle. But as you can see, I am not in Barklandcroft and I'm not in Fair Isle. I am here in a little village near Loch Lomond with my family for a few days. And something you don't ever see in my videos from Fair Isle, there are trees. One thing I do just want to say a quick apology for is the lack of communication lately. Who'd have thought that where we were based, just outside of Edinburgh, had the worst internet ever. I couldn't even download my photos from my phone onto my laptop, and it's taken ages till we've actually left Edinburgh for me to be able to send this video to Corinne and Maggie. I'm very slowly trying to catch up on emails and comments and things too, so please do bear with me. And it's not that I'm ignoring you, I just haven't had the internet capacity to be able to access emails and messages before now.
The supermoon at the very end of August meant that for the first couple of days of September, the tides were really, really low in Fair Isle. So here I am at about 5:30 in the morning, down at the beach, so we could see what we could see. And there were lots of jellyfish that had been washed up, a few different kinds. The seabirds were quite happy because it meant they could access more rocks and little insects and things. And there were even some sea anemones out. It was also good to take some photos to show you how the bird observatory rebuild is progressing. Back on the croft, Sage wanted to say hello and show off his cheeky side, which, as you can see, he definitely gets from his dad Busby. A few of you after my last video asked whether the Caddy lambs had gone out to market, and the answer is no, they are definitely here for life. So there we've got Rosebud, Mini Milk and Mary. And as you can see, they have grown so much over the last few months. All doing really well, really happy. And there's Humpty. They live in with him and he really likes their company, I think. And here's little Brandywine and his mum Rainbow Bright. The start of September brought some great weather to Fair Isle, thankfully, and it really helped the vegetables in the garden to grow and ripen. There have been some fantastic colours and textures on the plants this year, and it's been really wonderful finally to start harvesting them and eating them for my dinners. The weather can still be unpredictable, however, and we had one day where I was looking forward to a day of 14-15 degree temperatures, 0% chance of rain all day, and this is what we ended up with. One morning at the end of August, I woke up, pulled the curtains back, and spotted this yow and 2 lambs quite happily walking down the road. So grabbed some clothes on, got a bucket of feed, and walked them back up the road to where they were meant to be. And wouldn't you know it, about a week later, opened the bedroom curtains again, same yow and lambs, quite happily again walking down the road. So it was another return journey for them. We then had our hottest day of the year and the hottest September day on record for Fair Isle, where temperatures reached about 19 degrees C, as you can see from Ruffalo sunbathing. There's still some beautiful colours in the garden and some really pretty plants around the garden at Chapel as well. The 10th of September marked the 100th anniversary of the unveiling of Fair Isle's War Memorial, which commemorates the Fair Isle men who lost their lives in both the First and Second World Wars. The children laid 100 flower petals around the memorial to mark this occasion. My friend Greg has come to house sit for me whilst I'm away, and we had a really lovely walk around Southlight and up to Gunglesund, the Isle swimming pool, which is available to see as a video for my patrons on my Patreon site. We also spotted the super jellyfish swimming in the sea. Unfortunately, all the planes were cancelled on the day I was meant to fly out, but luckily the weather was really good the following day, so we were packed and ready to go. Here's Nieva and her dog crate being loaded in, and that's where she and the luggage and Ruffalo the cat are, and that's me looking very pleased to be getting off Isle. After taking Ruffalo to her vet's appointment, we had a really lovely visit to Shetland Textile Museum, where I knitted a few rows on the muckle gravet, which is a really long scarf that visitors can knit a few rows on and see how long it will get to. We parked up near Sumberhead Lighthouse for the night, and I think it's fair to say we all slept pretty well that night. These two raring to go the following morning. It was a bit of a drizzly day in Lerwick town centre, but there was a huge cruise ship visiting, so it was quite busy. Lots of the shops had window displays ready for Shetland Wool Week, including this absolutely beautiful one, which I've taken a video of for you here. Jamieson's of Shetland also had a couple of great windows, including this Harry Potter Diagon Alley themed one. Shetland Museum and Archives had a small exhibition of Dutch fishing ganses and some lovely little knitted herrings. There were also these very cute models of sheep that had been made by school children, which I thought would give you a smile. And the lacework on the sails of this model yacht were absolutely stunning. After dropping Ruffalo off at the vet's for her operation, we went over to Bressa, which is the island just about a 7-minute ferry ride across the water from Lerwick. One of my favourite places to visit there is the Speldyburn Centre, which has a fantastic thrift store, lots of second-hand books for sale, and does amazing cakes and coffee. This one that I had was a rhubarb cake. After a night of rain and gales, somebody wasn't too keen on getting up the following morning, but it was a lovely sunny day and great to sit and watch the seals for a while. We got a phone call from the vets to say that we could go and pick up Ruffalo. They were really pleased with how the operation went. Unfortunately, she had an ulcerated eyeball, so she had to have one of her eyes removed, but she is doing absolutely brilliantly. That night we sailed south on the North Link, and here we are going past Fair Isle, where I think people were wondering what I was doing as I was stood out on deck waving to my sheep. Then it was back into the camper van, and eventually we made it to Edinburgh, where we met up with my mum, who I've not seen in over 4 years. Ruffalo and Nieva soon made themselves quite at home, as you can see. And then Ruffalo had a very exciting day where we went on a bus to take her to the vet for a checkup, who were really pleased with her eye. My sister and brother-in-law arrived from America, and again, we've not seen them in over 4 years, so we were really excited, especially Nieva. I finished the Argyle sweater that I'd been hand knitting as a present for my mum. I hadn't been able to share my progress on it with you because my mum watches these videos and I wanted it to be a surprise for her, but was really pleased with how it turned out. I also knit a Halloween themed jumper for my sister and a Christmassy jumper for my brother-in-law, and I think they were all quite pleased with them. Whilst in Edinburgh, I visited Ginger Twist Studio and spent an hour with Jess at her wonderful wool shop. She has the most beautiful selection of yarns there and hand-dyed yarns which she dyes herself. Very kindly, Jess agreed to be interviewed by me, and although the interview is too long to include in this video, I will be sure to share it on my Patreon page with my patrons in the very near future. And finally, for September, whilst we were waiting for a bus to take us to one of our favourite thrift store areas in Edinburgh, we spotted this gorgeous knitted display on a fence by a church, all sea themed with turtles, seahorses, fish, octopuses. Absolutely wonderful, really made us smile. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. My apologies for the croaky voice. I haven't been too well this last while, unfortunately, but feeling much better now, and hopefully you've still been able to understand what I've been saying. I'll look forward to seeing you again next month. Bye bye.
So what are we talking about today?
We are nearing the end of our sweater KAL, so that feels like a really big. There have been so many gorgeous
I know.
finished sweaters.
Yes, and I'm nowhere near finished, and I'm trying to keep going. Yes, you got an
So
FO.
proud.
So we'll talk about that.
So I will say, if you're not me and you are prize eligible, there is a slightly new process that we ask that there's a form that you can find on the website. And if you're in either our Ravelry or our Facebook group, there's a link to the form there. And we just ask for you to submit that form. It makes it easier for us to draw prizes.
Yes.
And to make sure that we're seeing all your finished works.
Exactly. Because, trying to find things in Facebook is not the easiest.
It is not.
And we want to be fair and we want to give everyone a fighting chance. So please, we will be picking winners from that form, which you can find on the website.
Yeah, and the form will be up for a little while, so you still have plenty of time.
Yes. And you win the prize of working at the Woolly Thistle. So
I do. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to not be prize eligible. I love seeing all your works. And,
yes, and the chat is just wonderful in both places, Ravelry and Facebook. So thank you for being such an awesome community. We love that you keep yourselves going out there, and of course we get Jill, who's popping in a lot and is acting as our prize fairy this KAL, which is one of my favorite jobs to have ever done. So yes, we're giving prizes out for Chatty Cathy's and Helpful Helens and all that good stuff. So yeah. All right. So the KAL has been a lot of fun. And when does it finish?
The KAL finishes. Oh, that's a really good question.
I'm full of good questions. It's soon. Maybe a couple more weeks. I don't know. By the time
we're gonna put the date on
we'll
the
put the date
screen
on the
for when
bottom.
the KAL finishes because I don't know it off the top of my head.
She's already finished. I'm nowhere near finished, so the end date doesn't really
we're getting
count.
close. I think as of Friday there'll be a week left. But again, the date will be on the screen. Go by that. Don't go by what I'm saying.
That's good advice generally. Yeah, Erica, she's always got the right details.
Erica is our amazing editor.
Yes.
So we have a wonderful array of prizes.
Should we mention
So
some?
we should mention some. So one of the grand prizes is a $100 gift card to the Woolly Thistle. We also have a hair tweed project bag along with some Eucalyptus wool wash, wool comb from the Knitting Barber, and a darning needle pebble.
Yes, it's like a little nitty care package all wrapped up in Harris tweed.
Yes. You will also get your choice of a Flowers of Fort Rose hat and mittens kit.
Ooh, fun.
In the colors of your choice from what we have available in stock.
Yep.
Marie Wallen has donated a Cat Bells sweater kit.
Thank you, Marie. She's awesome.
She is. Kristen Drysdale has donated 10 sweater patterns and 2 Norse Knits ebooks.
Thank you, Kristen. Now, you've got to know Kristen, right? Scandi work. She's awesome.
Yes. Mary Jane Mucklestone has donated a Fair Isle Weekend ebook and 2 patterns.
Fantastic. Thank you, MJ.
Noma Dulovu has, who is at Bigger Than Life Knits, donated 2 sweater patterns and 1 2023 Late Summer Collection ebook.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Donna Smith has donated 2 Langsund ebooks.
Thank you, Donna.
Haley Smedley has donated 1 sock bundle ebook.
Thank you, Ozetta. These are great prizes.
They are great prizes. Donna Dracunis has donated 1 Pie Shawl ebook.
Thank you, Donna.
Carolyn at Woolly Needle has donated 5 patterns.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Anna Johanna has has donated 5 patterns.
Thank you, Anna Johanna.
Isabel Kramer has donated 5
Amazing.
patterns.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Doherty has donated 3 patterns.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Made KP has donated 3 patterns.
Thank you.
Kim at Indigo Knits has donated 3 Helix Raglan patterns.
Thank you, Kim.
Mona Zilla, who is at Bunny Muff, has donated 2 patterns.
Love that bunny muff.
Gudrun Johnston has donated 1 Little Booster Yoke pattern and 1 Kellister hat pattern.
Thank you, Gudrun.
And last but certainly not least, Sylvia of At With Cherries on Top has donated 1 pattern.
Thank you, Sylvia. Cherry on top, indeed.
So there will be lots of prizes, so be sure to fill out that form. If you have any trouble finding it, go ahead and email us at info@thewoollythistle.
Yes.
You should be able to find it in our groups and on our website.
Yes, we have a KAL somewhere in the menu. Click on that, you'll find the form. But you're right, if you really can't find it, email us. We don't want you to lose out because you can't find where you're supposed to be going.
Right.
We want everyone to have a great chance of winning some of these amazing prizes. Thank you, designers. You make it all very fun and exciting, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's an impressive list.
It is an impressive list. So should we talk about what we're wearing?
Sure, we can talk about what we're
Go
wearing.
right ahead.
So it's nice to actually have some woolly wool on today.
I know.
So I am wearing my Belmont cardigan. I knit this during a sweater cowl, probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
I know,
now.
right? Look at it.
And the design, so it's the Belmont cardigan. It's from Gudrun Johnston. It is a slightly cropped cardigan.
Gudrun Johnston.
I was thinking about it this morning. Knit flat.
Yes.
Knit
yes.
flat.
Yes.
And I love it.
pieces
I actually
too?
love it. But
No, all one piece.
no, it's a
yes.
faux seam on this side. And
Sorry for my voice here.
I would totally knit this again too.
Yeah.
I
Oh, you
usually
did.
wear it open.
You knit it
I did
twice.
knit it twice, yes. The first time I knit it, I had one of those I had to cast it on, and the only yarn I had in stash was not as nice as this yarn. So it sadly doesn't get worn very much.
It was great though.
But it was great. I wore it enough to know, yes, it's worth investing in the
Yes.
yarn and just
Yes. I think you knitted this when we still worked at my house.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Which was before 2019, something like that.
Yeah. It is in my Ravelry projects.
It's gorgeous.
But so I used Jamieson Smith Heritage 4-ply.
In the green emerald color.
Yeah, I think it's
Beautiful.
moss.
Moss, yes.
So yeah, I love it.
Lovely design. I'm wearing the Glenfiddich. We'll put the designer's name there because I don't remember. I knit this year's ago too in Blacker Classic, which is now long, what's the word?
Discontinued.
Thank you. I was going to say dismissed. And no, I love it. But anyway, so this was that. And this is one that I took painstaking effort to pick up the sleeves
Nice.
and get this nice seam. The pattern
So was it
didn't-
seamed? Or was it
No, it's contiguous, where you knit it all in part of the row. So you're knitting the back, then you do the shaping, you knit the cap, and then you knit the front.
Okay.
So
Yeah, she has you do that on this one too.
yeah,
where it's
I
a
think
sleeve
that's
cap.
contiguous
I
is
don't
what they call it. But the pattern didn't include how to make a nice seam. It just sort of blended in.
Okay.
And I found a way, couldn't tell you how I did it now, but I was able to repeat it on both arms, which was
Well, that's always nice.
Yes, I spent a lot of time fiddling around with that. It was really fun. And I do like knitting cables. I need to knit more cables, but this goes around the back as well. Like so.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Yeah, and I notice now that it's getting colder, and I'm so excited, I'm reaching for cardigans.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what I'm knitting on too. So I think cardigans are more in my future. Could be something to do with, that.
I think you should show us your whip.
Should we?
Yeah,
All right.
I want to see that.
Let's have a look at our
You've
whips.
made great progress.
I'm making progress. This is my entry for our KAL, for the sweater KAL. And yes, going to my happy pink place.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm ready to switch up the contrast color, the motif. No, I'm ready to switch up the motif because I've done 2 rows of that pink. So we're going to be working on this pink background. And I think I'm going to bring it back to
Okay.
the brown.
Very pretty. I love these color choices.
Thank you. That's good because I sometimes get a little like, oh, I don't know. But I think it's going to be really fun to wear. And it's a cardigan, so I'll be sticking this. I actually, just to show the folks at home, let's see, I've got 2 sleeve sticks or sleeve hole sticks happening here. So you can see where I split. So I cast on several stitches here. And that creates the steek, which is the bridge from the front to back on the sleeve. So I'll be cutting that and then picking up stitches to knit my sleeves down.
Okay.
So there's 2 of those. And then of course there's the front steek somewhere. Where the heck? There, yeah, I think that's it there.
Yeah.
There, you can see there. That's
Yeah,
the
over
front.
there.
I'm just, oh God,
That's okay.
I know.
Woolly wool.
Woolly wool.
The stitches, I know. I think actually mine, I think, have popped off as well.
So I'm really enjoying knitting it and I'm enjoying the color play. It does take quite a bit of...
I don't think you've told us this time which yarn you're using and the pattern.
Jamieson and Smith 2-ply because they have so many colors. It's
Right.
really fun and easy. And I'm knitting... it's called Tìoraidh in English. It's got a Gaelic name that I cannot pronounce. And of course, it's by Kate Davies. You can put a picture here. It's in the Allover book, which is a beautiful book. We have it in stock. And this is one of the patterns from that book.
Yeah, and I love what you've done. In the pattern, she just shows you a nice 2-color version.
Yeah.
There was a version she had on her blog recently that somebody else
did,
really? Where they had a solid color background.
Yes, that's a good
and
idea.
And different stripes in the motif. So I think there's a lot of ways you can play with the pattern.
There is. It's and it's
a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and I think I will enjoy wearing it for sure. So I keep thinking that I got to do sleeves and all of this too. So I better keep going. And I am knitting on this quite a lot. It is just, I was going faster, and now I seem to be going a bit slower. I'm not sure what that's about, but hey ho.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's not a race.
It's not. Well, it's a KAL. It's
well,
yeah.
You know, I want
for
prizes anyway.
The prize.
Are you hoping to have it done for Rhinebeck?
I would love to have it done for Rhinebeck, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
If not, you'll just have to carry it around all day.
I will. I had it with me yesterday at
nice.
Vermont Sheep and Wool. Yeah.
Great.
So tell us about what you're knitting
Well,
on.
should we show my FO before we show
Definitely.
my current whip?
Yes.
So here, I'm going to scooch it in. So this is the Building Blocks cardigan from Aimee Sher.
And it's finished.
I knit it in WoolDreamers Mota. I still have to weave in the ends. It is for my daughter. It does fit me. So I've told her, I'm like, if you misbehave, I'm going to take it. Her and I will go and pick out buttons together. There is a little contrasting detail.
I love that.
Here along that. And
did you do a stretchy bind off or something?
I did the, what is it, Jenny's super stretchy bind off. I like it because it actually gives it a nice clean edge.
It does.
Just sits there
it's like a nice little detail.
I will say too, I've managed to pick up first time round.
Very nice.
Just the right number of
well done. That's not
so that
easy
it lays
to do.
flat.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I always find is I get a little boink down at the bottom. You don't have it. It's perfect. Like I ended up, see, I've got it here. Oops. Just want to show you here. And I ended up crocheting to fill in the little boink. And I'm sure there is a way to manage that, but yours are perfect.
Huh, there we go. I don't know.
Yeah, just naturally great.
There we go. It was a great pattern. It is knit flat. I'm really proud that my stitches are
so even.
You can see it in the back. It's just so even.
And this just feels so scrumptious.
It really, like the yarn really, I really like how it washed up and it just really feels really nice and woolly. Yes. And I think it'll be very comfortable to wear.
And she's going to love it. And it comes in lots of colors too.
It does come in lots of colors. She wanted natural gray.
She got it.
Because I think she wants it to just be something she can throw over anything.
Yes, well this is it.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll pick out buttons together. That'll be sweet.
Yes.
Oh, Jilly, you're lucky. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice that she's so excited. So I have started working on the Paul clay for my younger daughter. I'm getting there. The yoke for that one is already done. And then I cast it on something else.
So let's see what you casted on.
So I have casted on the Tesselated vest, which is Andrea Mowry's, one of her Rhinebeck patterns. I don't know that it'll be done in time for Rhinebeck because it's mosaic and it is slow going.
Okay.
So a couple.
I've never knitted mosaic myself.
Oh, you've not? It's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying the pattern and I'm enjoying it goes really fast. I just feel like it's not making a lot of distance. So I'm using a cone of JNS 202. I'm not getting gauge. So I impulsively cast on. I knew there was a high probability that I wouldn't exactly get gauge. She calls for, the pattern calls for like 3 yarns. One is like a mohair, I think it's called Fua. It's like a mohair fuzzy thing, which looks lovely. I didn't have any of that, and I was really going to stash dye for this. And the other 2 yarns are sport weight. And so I knew, but then looking at the gauge, I'm like 24 stitches over 4 inches. Exactly. So I'm like, close enough. So I picked the 40-inch size of the pattern, and I am getting a finish. The gauge I'm getting gets me 38 inches. Which will fit me with 4 inches of positive ease. So I'm proceeding. So
is this a whole sweater?
So it's a vest.
A vest. Ooh,
so I might be able to finish in time if I hurry. So I got done to about here and then I washed it. Okay. Because it was all scrunched up and I'm like, I can't tell what my gauge is. Yeah. So I did that. Calculated I'm going to get about 38 inches and I'm like, I'm good to go. So
38 stitches and 4 inches?
No, it'll be like the finished size will be
38
38 inches.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't remember
That's
what the
plenty big
exact
for
stitch
you.
count. But yeah, so that's plenty.
Yeah.
40 inches probably would have been more ease than I really like.
Yeah.
So even for a vest.
Actually, I'm questioning what I just said about that being, what is a good, I mean, I know a good sock gauge is about 32 stitches per 4 inches, but what is a good fingering? Is it 24, 28?
So I think it depends too, like what pattern it is. Like the
Yeah.
Paul Clay. So that was the thing. I'm knitting the Paul Clay with a cone of JNS. I'm trying to remember. That's at a very loose gauge.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that then it's close to this, but being the mosaic, I just wasn't really
Yeah.
sure what I would get with
Yeah.
mosaic. So,
Yeah.
so I really
the
like it. So
cone.
it's a cone of 202, and then there's actually, so you use 3 colors. So then I've actually got squares of white, which give it, you can't really see it. It's a really light, low contrast, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's enough to just kind of brighten it a little.
Oh.
And I really like it. So there's like little squares in there. Those
Oh, I
rows are
didn't
all
see
white.
that.
Yeah, it's really subtle.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it being really subtle.
Yeah.
And then the other color changing one is some handspun.
I knew it. I love it.
Yeah.
I
So
love it.
it's yeah, it's gonna be really, really good.
Oh, it,
So
Ooh.
I know it smells nice. So
It
this one's a
does.
Kent lamb's wool.
oh,
So
it's so pretty.
and the cream is some woolly mammoth Dorset. So
you're gonna like blend in with the trees at
I know,
Ringbeck
it's
if you're
very
wearing
fall.
this. Yes.
I think it'll match a lot of the things I wear in my wardrobe.
Yeah.
And I do. I know you can't really see the cream, but I think it gives it like a subtle
yes
sort of
It-
brightening.
It does. It gives it this sort of like 3D quality almost as well.
Yeah.
You know, sort of glimmering.
Yeah, I really like it. So I'm really
Gorgeous.
happy with it.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
So-
Good for you.
So
You're so
that's
productive.
that.
Not so productive over here.
That's okay.
So
I mean, you're making good progress.
I am very monogamous. I have been very monogamous since I knitted this shawl.
Yeah.
I've just been one project at a time, Kat.
I was
I
really
mean-
monogamous. Like, I just worked on that. I really didn't pick up anything else.
Yeah.
I only worked on that.
Yeah.
And then I finished that, and I'm like, okay, I gotta
Wow.
get that going. I gotta get that going.
Do you ever feel at the end of a project that if you don't have another project ready to go or thought through that there's sort of this panic? I remember I have often felt that because I used to be very monogamous, didn't have a sock on the go or anything, and I'd get to the end of a project and I'd be like, oh my god, what am I going to knit?
I don't get like that anymore, mostly because the queue is like super long. Like, I usually mentally have a
So
couple
that's-
of things going where I'm like,
that's-
oh, or I'll cast on like a hat and just knit a hat to
Yeah.
sort of
Cleanse
keep
the
the
palette.
fingers going.
Yes. I
Um,
think as we get further into our knitting journeys, we do start to mentally prepare for the next thing automatically. But
Right.
I remember distinctly in the beginning freaking out that I did not know what I was going to knit next, and I was finishing this thing, and
I do think part of that is because, like, I know I really, like, if I don't have anything going, it's a little unsettling.
it is.
I'm like,
That's exactly
what
it. It's like, oh my god, I can't stop
Like,
now.
like I need to keep my
Yes,
fingers kind of moving.
Yes, but it was, but it wasn't like a bad thing. It was an
Right.
excitable thing that
Right.
I love what I'm doing so much that I need to have a plan, and if I don't have a plan, I'm gonna just spin out.
I find too that the more I've gotten into like knitting sweaters and these bigger projects, that those have become so satisfying
Yeah.
that I still like knitting small projects, but the planning of that bigger project is so satisfying.
I would actually really like to do more planning than I ever do. I feel like I'm still very sort of, ooh, fancy, shiny, let's do it. And
Right.
I'm a little bit jealous of people who really think about it, plan it out, choose the yarn and all of this. I'm spoiled for choice, and I kind of go
Right.
with that shiny thing. I think, though, a lot of my knitting really is, especially the stuff I've designed, is very basic. Wear all the time.
Right.
Zhuzh it up, dress it down. So then something like this comes along and I just sort of see it and I'm like, oh, I gotta do that.
Right.
But I would like to plan out a bit more. But maybe that's what I do when I'm actually knitting something without a pattern, is that
Right.
I'm thinking that through much more, for sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a whole inner world in our knitting that we maybe don't share so much because it's all in our heads. But
Right.
it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. It was a fun experience to kind of go down to the stash and think about the best, like, what did I want it to look like, and just kind of pull things out of the stash.
Well, yeah, and then I can see the cream from here, and it's just that's almost a genius
Well,
little
it was funny.
stroke.
So I had put like a bunch of yarn on my, like the stash, there's a desk in there. And I had put a bunch of it on and I was playing with different color combos. And I had the ball of white next to the cone and I'm like, I love it. I love that low contrast look that it's going to be so subtle. You may not notice it.
Well, and I think
you notice it more a little bit from the distance.
I think it's going to make the actual handspun pop even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I wanted the handspun to really be the thing that shined.
Yeah, for sure. Love it. So at the beginning of this episode, you would have seen some lovely bunting, which we've been hanging up.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some here because we wanted to just, you know, in no particular order. But and this is one bundle.
Yeah, there are so many bundles.
Yes, but we wanted to call some of you out and show you them.
So if you're new here, we celebrated our 7th birthday back in July, and we asked all of you to help us celebrate our birthday and knit buntings and mail them in. And boy, howdy, did you mail them in.
Thank you so much.
We should do a total tally.
Yes,
and count
we
them.
Will. Yeah.
And we'll let you know how many there are, but they're all absolutely gorgeous. Some of you went above and beyond.
Yes.
Well, you all went above and beyond.
Yes. So just it's brightening everything up here. So we'll just quickly
we asked you to fill out a card too, telling us your name and which yarn you used, and they're all we've attached them all so that we always know who knit them.
Yes, and what yarn you used too.
Yeah.
So this one here is Cheryl. And you used West Yorkshire Spinners, which is awesome.
This one was knit by Geraldine, and she used John Arbon Appledore.
Ooh,
really pretty.
This is Ul Centrum by Valerie. Just lovely. A little bit of color work there.
Barbara knit this one with Marie Wallen's British Breeds.
This is Donna, more West Yorkshire Spinners. Just love that. Love those colors.
June knit this one with Rauma Plum yarn. So pretty.
Oh, here's some Grey Sheep by Georgina. Thank you, Georgina.
And knit this one with Plodulopi.
Donna Zimmerman. Hello, Donna. You did some lovely embroidery, which we're all oohing and eyeing the book that came in.
I know.
Yeah. Mota.
And Anne did this one also with Plodulopi.
Love that.
And this one, she did 3.
Nancy used some GNS 2-ply. Very pretty.
Let's see. Hang on, I can't see the name.
Julia here used Lopi. Look at that. It's beautiful.
This one's Jo Lager. She used WoolDreamers Sauna.
Y'all know Jo because she's on here with her friends.
Yeah.
This is...
Oh, and Jo did this one too. With Lichen and Lace.
This one here is Francesca Brassanini. And she knitted with Rauma. Thank you, Francesca.
So as I said, multiple people, like Jo also did like these in combinations of WoolDreamers and Lichen and Lace. They're all really beautiful.
They really are. And here's some more Rauma. I think this is from Jamie. And I need to come back to this one.
This one was done by Diane. Look how cute that is.
Oh, there was so many lovely things.
I know. And this one was Rauma Plum yarn.
Lots of thistles, which I really appreciated. Oh, this is JNS. And this is from Hannah. And look at the thistle on there.
So pretty.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much.
This one was by Sarah, and she used WYS. Very pretty.
Yeah, what else do you have there?
Look at this one.
I know. Who did that? That's amazing.
This one is done by Adeline, and she used JNS.
Thank you. It's gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Such creativity.
Connie used Lopi.
And so, yeah, we're going to have to hang these everywhere.
Look at this one. Jessica used Iredale. So pretty.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So many gorgeous ones.
Yeah. Here's another little color work one.
Yeah.
Oh, you already did that one, Jill?
Yeah, so we already went through these. These are just a small sampling. They're all absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
If you sent one in or multiples in, thank you so much.
Yes.
So we'll put in some footage here so you can see how we've
Yes,
them.
thank you so much. We feel the love very much and appreciate you for cheering up this big old space here with all your knitting. It's just great. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
Should we go and see Caitlin?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, we'll see you on the other side.
Hi everybody, I'm Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here on the Shopcast again this month. It's been a month since I was last here and I've been doing a lot of knitting, so I mainly have updates on my projects. So let's just jump right in. First, I've got what I'm wearing. I don't think I'm gonna wear it long because it's pretty warm. But this is my finished sweater knit along project. Last month I showed you the sleeves I had done, and I just started the body. And now all I have to do is sew on some buttons after I block it. But didn't want to have a wet sweater to show you today, so I'll do that after this. But so this is the Spark Cardi by Andrea Mowry. And it is knit, my version is knit in Mota. It's a DK weight from WoolDreamers. Could comfortably work up to a worsted weight too. I think that's going to have quite a gauge range. But yeah, this is the natural white color. And then my hand spun, it's a 3-ply, traditional 3-ply of 3 different colorways of fiber. I used to be in a top of the month club for Three Waters Farm, and I spun this up this summer. So some really fun color changes here. The back, you know, has the same. This is knit in the round and then steeked. It's knit bottom up. So I had the sleeves last time, and then I did the body in the round, and then joined the sleeves, did the rest of up to the neck. It's got a little bit of a sort of a V that you do just by doing some decreases. You've still got just your steek column in the middle. And then you just put kind of some of your neck stitches on hold while you do the steek. I chose to do the steek before doing the button band. Some people prefer to pick up the button bands on either side of their steek column and have those done before they cut, just to kind of have a little bit less flimsy fabric while they're doing that picking up and knitting of the button bands. But with this one, because it's a shawl collar, you actually put all of the stitches from one side, and then you put the back neck stitches on, and the side, the other side. You put all of that onto one needle, and then you do back and forth big long rows. You actually do some short rows for quite a while, and then kind of finish out the button bands either direction. I chose to cut my steek before doing the collar because I knew that would be kind of tricky to do all of that without having kind of opened up the sweater. I think I'm glad I did it that way. So the inside looks like this. It's got some little frayed edges, but I'm not too nervous about that. I did sew. I reinforced it kind of down the center of this white stitch from my steek. So those had been kind of joined together, and there was a stitch in the middle that I cut up after sewing with my sewing machine on either side, and then picked up the button band and did that. I had a little bit of trouble with the button band, which I can explain just briefly. I think it worked out okay in the end, but there was some guesswork that I was a little less than comfortable with. So when you're picking up stitches for a button band, there's kind of a ratio that sometimes a designer will suggest, because you've got your stitches going this direction and you're picking up stitches into the side of it. The stitch size is not like 1-to-1. You can't just pick up every single stitch along the side for each row that you've already got going on in the fabric. You have to pick up a few less than that, otherwise it would get really rumply. So Andrea Mowry recommends a ratio, and then so I went with that. It's pick up 3 stitches and then skip 1, pick up 2 stitches and skip 1. I think it was 5 to 7 was the ratio. Pick up 5 stitches for every 7 rows, and then do that all the way up and around. For the back, you're just kind of moving stitches that you had on hold back onto your needle, and then pick up a ratio again. And then she gives you a final stitch count of what you should have on your needles before you do the short rows for the button band. Well, I didn't have that number. When I'd done my ratios and picked up all those stitches, I did not have the number she suggested. I don't know why. I didn't adjust any length on the pattern. Had I adjusted length, of course my numbers would have been even further off. And then the next instruction is knit X number of stitches and then do a wrap and turn. And then she has you do those short rows back and forth. getting kind of progressively further down the collar. So it makes this, it's like tallest in the back and then kind of tapers down to the button bands in the front. But there wasn't a very clear instruction on, like, if your stitch counts were off, aim for your first short row to turn around this point and then the next one this point. So what I ended up having when I finished my button band is they're just a tiny bit off. And at first that was annoying when I was laying the sweater out and really analyzing it. But I think it's fine now that I'm wearing it, and that it's, I chose to add buttons. This actually is supposed to have a belt and some little loops on the side. I didn't foresee wearing it that way, so I just added some buttonholes as I was making the button band. I'm gonna put some buttons on instead. I don't think you're gonna notice it now. They're kind of a little off anyways because of the way I'm going to be buttoning it. I think like sports jackets and things purposely have one off from the other, so I guess it's just kind of like a little smoking jacket feature. I don't know. So anyway, the one kind of question mark I had in the middle of the project, but otherwise I really loved this and I love how it turned out. I think it is going to be quite warm to wear at Rhinebeck. My plan, as stated on the last Shopcast, was that I would be wearing it there. We'll see what the weather does. But I do think I'm going to wear it around the house every single day. I'm not much to wear robes, but you know, during the day I feel like this is going to be like the sweater version of a robe. Super cozy, and I love the Mota. I'm fine with it just right up here. It hasn't even been blocked and softened up a little extra yet. So yeah, really love this project, and I think I'm gonna have to take it off while I transition to the next projects I wanted to show you. So my next sweater project I talked about last time, I've got this Tuku Wool DK ready to go for a tea sweater. It's by Joji Locatelli with a big cable down the front. So I don't have anything to show you there yet, but I do have this stack of things that I've been working on sort of on the side of the sweater knit along. I mentioned this last time. I am making a hat version of the cowl that I designed earlier this year. This is the Rue Bonnie Cowl, and I turned this 3-color work chart into just 2 colors, did a few little tweaks, and the goal was to use up my leftovers from the cowl. I used up pretty much all of the cream and all of the navy, but this color changing making tracks is 100-gram skein, and this used just over half. So I wanted an excuse to use up the rest of that beautiful skein. So actually this is the hat that used up the rest of that exact skein of making tracks. Paisley is the colorway. And then this is a fresh skein of Rauma Plum. It's the worsted weight wool yarn from Rauma. So that was my leftovers from this, which made me think maybe I can do a longer brim. So that's why I've got this one. I got a fresh skein of making tracks. Always love an excuse to buy a skein of yarn, so needed to give this another try with the folded brim. And I've got the rest of that skein here. This is Alpenglow. So yeah, already planning what I want to do with this. But anyway, I feel like this hat plan is turning out pretty well. It's just the 2 colors, and like I said, designed to use up like about 35 grams of the making tracks, and then pretty much the full skein. That's what I have left of the fivel. And then I didn't even stop there. So I already had a beanie one and a folded one. And then I made another folded one out of some stash yarn. These are Superwash Malabrigo Rios and a discontinued Louette yarn here. This was kind of the first attempt at this new crown, a little bit different from the first one, just to see how the colors worked out. And then I've got some other little people in my life that needed some hats for this winter. So this is my son's, he's 6, and this is hand spun. This is alpaca, and it's got some sparkles, which is what sold him on that color, and then he liked the teal. So this is for a 6-year-old. I think I went down 2 repeats. I'm still working on the pattern. And then my little one needed one too, because Big Brother got one. So here is his version, which I think removed, actually maybe didn't remove a repeat, but removed one of the charts so that it wasn't coming down so far over his face. So anyways, I am working on the pattern. Thought you might like to see those works in progress. And I'm on the Shopcast once a month, and I'm hoping within this month to have the pattern done, hopefully ask for a little help test knitting. So probably keep an eye on the Ravelry group. I might put a little request in there. Yeah, no promises on a timeline, but hopefully in time for gift knitting season. So then the last thing I wanted to show you is something I've just started swatching. This is our very own Rambler, Woolly Thistle Rambler yarn. This is color Lichen. It's technically sock yarn, but just a light fingering weight, 100% wool, milled here in the US. And then I've paired it with Rauma Plum. This is color 006. In Rauma, there's different words because it's in Norwegian, I guess. Farga, I think, is the colorway, and then Party is the dye lot. So that's 006 is this sort of golden, sort of greeny color, which doesn't match perfectly, but I think it gives kind of a nice effect in the yarn. So I'm knitting this on a size 5 needle, and I went and forgot to measure my gauge before I recorded, but I'm feeling like it's a really nice fabric. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to eyeball and give you an estimate of the gauge, but pushes it more up to like a DK weight, and especially with the fuzziness of the mohair, you can get away with a bit looser gauge. So I've got this little diamond pattern. I'm playing around with a new design, and I'm not very far along yet, but just wanted to try out these yarns together. So have that. We do have some kits in the shop for Rambler and Rauma Plum right now for the Fuzzy Peg socks by Mary O'Shea. And I think those socks look super fun. I am not much of a sock knitter, but love the idea of a little bit heavier weight sock. It's got a cute cable. And then I also just love that we've put together kits for Rambler and Rauma because it gives you suggested colorway combinations that look nice together for whatever other fingering weight plus mohair project you want to work on. There is no shortage of those types of designs out there, the stranding with the mohair. So go to that page on our website for inspiration if you are looking for an excuse to get some fuzzy stuff on your needles. That's all for me this week. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Her cardigan is gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
Absolutely
I'm sure she'll
beautiful.
be wearing it at Rhinebeck.
Yes.
Which we're all
Hopefully
looking
it's cool
forward to.
enough or she'll be melting.
Yes, yes, cool, crisp weather, please,
Let's
for
hope.
sure.
We will be attending Rhinebeck. We are not vending there, but we will be walking around. If you see us, please say hello.
Yes, we'll try to have some
we'll
swag.
have the whole gang with us.
Yes.
So
Yes.
definitely say hello.
Yes,
And I'm sure we will be doing the meetup on the hill, which I think
Yeah.
is usually around 1 o'clock.
yes, yes. I saw Peggy and Amanda from Junction Fibre Mill yesterday, and they're going to be vending at Rhinebeck, and I told them to do the podcast or meet up on the hill as well. So they've never been before. They're going to be in for such a crazy time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
so
they can get away to go do
they have some help.
Great.
Yes. So
I mean, I figured they were not going just the two
yeah,
of them.
so definitely
That'd be
check out
bananas.
their booth though, because they'll have making tracks and farm fresh and just their smiling faces.
I know that they've been working hard.
We're big fans.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so should we announce a winner?
We should announce a winner. So the first winner of a $25 Woolly Thistle gift card is at Jennifer Crandall 5011, and Jennifer said, "Fantastic interview with Deborah. I love all of the history of the sheep, the manor, the gardens. So wonderful that she is maintaining a flock of such rare sheep."
Yes.
So Jennifer, if you can email us at info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card. Yep. If you would like to be entered in to win a $25 gift card, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
Give us a thumbs up. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, well done. You did that.
I know you were going to, I was trying to get ahead of you before you got all excited about our last episode with Deborah. Deborah of Armscote Manor.
Yes. Thoroughly enjoyed talking with Deborah. I was
like one of our viewers last Friday night. I was sitting there knitting and watching the interview because I hadn't seen the interview. It was delightful.
All our guests are always wonderful. Deborah came particularly filled with stories, and I just found her completely engaging and really enjoyed her, because we've talked for years back and forth, but that was our first time actually talking in real time. So Deborah, I loved having you on the show. I hope we have you back another time, because I think you have so many more stories to share with us.
Yeah, and so our Armscote Manor restock of this year's clip went live last Friday, and I believe the Black Welsh Mountain and the Dash have already sold out, but there you can still get some of the Portland wool, which is really wonderful wool, historic wool. You're supporting Armscote Manor and rare breeds when you do that, and it is just really lovely.
And as Deborah said, the yarn you get from that wool is really unchanged from way back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So it really is sort of a time capsule, which is amazing.
Yeah. And if you're not sure what you're going to do with it, that's where I actually think something like my Tesselated vest is sort of nice. I have Woolly Mammoth one skein, a Woolly Mammoth Dorset. It's a 4-ply fingering, so you can use it with your other 4-ply fingering. Same thing with the Armscote Manor. You could easily do that. It's just really wonderful.
Definitely.
Nice way to use those special skeins.
Yeah, so that was really fun. That was a wonderful interview. I really enjoyed it. So what are we doing now?
What are we doing now? So we just wanted to give a quick shout out and talk about, we've seen lots of, through the sweater KAL, lots of wonderful finished Dunrobin sweaters. This one is knit in Letlopi.
And this one is the Studio Donegal, and I love it once it's washed.
You can find kits in the shop now at a new lower price.
Yes.
And you can make your own. It would be perfect for the upcoming winter, a nice wardrobe staple.
Yes.
We had a visitor in the shop here last week, Renee. She stopped by. You were in a meeting.
I missed her.
A little
Sorry,
bummed
Renee.
to miss you, but I think we'll see Renee at Rhinebeck.
Great.
But she had just finished her Dunrobin and she was wearing it.
Even though I
don't know that it was. She must have been melting.
She must have been very warm.
But it looked great. It was so nice to see her, and a bonus to see her in her finished Dunrobin.
Yes.
So you can now knit your Dunrobin at a newly lower price.
There we go. Fun. Okay, what's next?
So, next I think is talking about some new things coming to the shop.
That's a great idea. Let's do it. And then maybe after we've talked about that, we can announce another winner. And that's probably us for the day.
That's probably it, yeah.
Okay. All right. So stay tuned, because we're going to announce another winner.
Yeah.
So what do we have coming to the shop?
So currently on pre-order is a fabulous new book from some of our shop favorites, Gudrun Johnston and Mary Jane Mucklestone.
Yes.
Their brand new book, published by Lina, Grand Shetland Adventure, is now on pre-order.
Very excited.
And launching today, we have some kits that will also be on pre-order, and they will ship with your book. If you order them, we can ship them together.
Okay, so what are they?
Absolutely beautiful. So we have Boosta socks. That is, we can put a picture of the pattern there. And we've put together some kits that use, the pattern calls for Mondim and Spin Cycle, and we have put together some kits using solid colors of Mondim and variegated colors of
Fantastic
Mondim.
idea.
So you can find a few different pairings in the shop. And
I do love Mondim. It's 100% wool sock yarn made by Retrosaria out of Portugal.
Yeah.
And I've always loved the hand of this yarn. It just feels
really
so
wonderful yarn.
strong, and you know, like it's gonna be good for socks for sure.
Yeah.
And the booster socks, that's a great idea.
I know. Absolutely wonderful. So
Yeah.
that's one of the kits available today.
Mhm.
We also have the Heritage Yoke pattern. We can put a photo there. That's designed by Gudrun Johnston. It is knit in JNS Heritage.
Which is what you're wearing.
Which is what I'm wearing.
Are these the exact colors?
Yes. So I know it smells really good. The sweater is originally designed for these colors.
Right.
So that is the main color, the Shetland black. And then you use a color of, you've got fawn, light gray, the Shetland white, and berry wine. And then we're doing an alternative colorway too, because it looks really good with the dark gray.
Well, we know you like choices
You
too.
can choose from either the dark gray base or the Shetland black base, but they'll use the same contrast colors. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
It
It smells so good.
They smell so sheepy.
That's what's so great about going to some of these festivals as well, and getting in the animal barns.
Smelling the sheep. Yes.
Yes.
I always like when I go with my family, because they're like, wait, you really like this smell? And I'm like, wait, you really don't? I don't understand. So it smells really good.
That's going to be so pretty.
So here, can you hold this? And I'm going to grab. This is for the Swatchtastic flower hat. I love these.
This is by
Mary Jane
Mucklestone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just look
What
at these colors.
fun.
How fun.
Yes.
So that is on pre-order. And then I really had fun putting this next one together. So last but not least, there is the Snow Treasure gloves. We can put the photo here. We have a number of colorways that we went crazy putting together here. So the original colorway is this one, and she uses the red as the main color. And then you have these, it's a beautiful like little gradient within the pattern. And so we went sort of wild putting together other combinations.
Right.
Grady helped me with this. It was a lot of fun. So it's your main color, and then your gradient's made up there.
Yeah.
So
I like those.
And then we really did. We went a little wild.
What a pretty,
what a pretty basket,
Yes.
huh? So there are lots of choices for you to choose from, and whether you go with the original, I know, it's just so pretty.
I love that.
I know. Lots of good choices. Lots of good choices.
Really nice.
So
Gorgeous.
head to the shop now, and you can pre-order your kits, and
they'll come with the book.
Yeah, they will ship once the book releases.
No, Maggie, you just mentioned Grady.
I did. I mentioned Grady.
We have sad news.
We do. Well, it's good for her news.
Yes.
Grady today is her last day in the shop when this airs.
Yes.
She is moving on to a new adventure closer to home for her.
Yes.
And she will be so greatly missed here around the shop.
And
I'm sure that she will be missed by you.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will still see her. She's still going to be knitting.
Coming to Rhinebeck.
She's still coming to Rhinebeck. But yeah, she's taken a job a little closer to home.
Yeah.
So pop in the comments and wish her well.
Please do. Yes, we do wish you well, Grady. We will miss you, but I think she's still going to be in our orbit, which is fantastic. And we need to find a really wonderful replacement.
Yes.
So if you are local to us and you have a customer service background, and if you're here, you're a knitter, then please get in touch, because we would love to talk to you.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So, yes, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the winner is going to be announced in just a moment. We do have a couple more things new in the shop. Vichy Bush being one, which we haven't really had a good supply of for quite a while. It's fully stocked again. So come in and get it if that's your jam. Yeah. Do we have anything to show? Oh,
we do. Yeah, so I grabbed there's a basket of Le Petit up there. So, I mean, just look at that. So this is their Le Petit's Le Silk Mohair.
Oh my gosh,
it's really wonderful. It's just absolutely heavenly.
Yes. And their Le Petite, which used to come in skeins, and some colors do. Yeah. And is now coming in balls as well. Yeah. And some beautiful colors
it's just really wonderful. So Kristen Drysdale has a pattern called the Maddie sweater, and we do have some kits together for that, yarn sets for that. But there are lots of designs that use this beautiful yarn. If you need any help putting colors together, just shoot us an email and we can help you with that. But,
yes.
It's absolutely gorgeous yarn.
Yes, and held with mohair is a favorite thing to do.
Yes.
And very lovely.
Yeah, it's just a gorgeous,
yes,
gorgeous yarn.
Yes. Okay.
And you'll also find in the shop now, I forgot to grab them. I'm so sorry, but you will also find Vichy Bush's Le Sock
Yes.
in the shop now.
Maybe we'll make a point of showing them next time.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, that sounds good. But that's their brand new sock yarn, which is really, really good stuff. What else do we want to talk about? We got some cones of GNS up there. We have our 12 Days of Christmas box, or 12 Days of Holiday, and those are doing good. So make sure if you want to treat yourself that you get one sooner than later.
So the 12 Days of Christmas box this year features a sheep shop tweed.
Which is the cutest little...
They really are the cutest little... I think they hand wind these.
They're 25 grams. Yes, I bet they do.
They do. They're 25 grams of 100% wool.
So there's 6 of these in each box, random colors, which is really fun.
And the box does come with 6 other goodies as well, and a pattern suggestion card to give you ideas on what to use.
Yes.
So I think it'll be a really fun if you're looking for an adventy type box of goodies to open.
Surprises.
We also heard in an email that somebody saved it for like the sort of doldrums of winter and
January.
they opened it then. That's also a great idea.
Yes, but they're only available while they're available, so don't wait if this interests you.
Yes.
And it gets delivered as a big red box, which is always fun.
Yes, and the big red box has small boxes within it that you open one a day.
Yes, exactly.
Unless you want to just go
you
for
can
it
do
and
whatever
open
you
them all.
like, which is kind
Once
of
it
fun.
reaches you, it's up to you.
Yes, that's right. All right, anything else that we want to share? Anything going on with Lina?
We Embroidery on Knits did release. We have one copy here, but it is currently sold out and we're restocking it right now.
But let me tell you, when this comes in,
it's really beautiful.
We think that everybody who knits is going to love this book. It is absolutely gorgeous and very, very inspiring. Look at, we can all do that.
In addition to being like a beautiful book, like it has some fantastic ideas on how to add little bits of embroidery to your knits.
Yes, it actually there's
and it comes with templates. Really, really beautiful.
Yeah, and just full of I mean, that's just beautiful. I love that. All kinds of beautiful pictures, how to do it. This is so cute.
Yeah, lots of inspiration and instruction. So
we did sell out of our pre-orders.
Yeah.
But we are getting more in. And as soon as so for now, what you could do is sign up for back in stock and then sign up for the pre-order. We don't want to keep selling these until we know we can get more. I think this is in its 2nd printing already. It's been that popular.
Yeah.
And that's what we're waiting for. However, if you ordered it in the original pre-order, it's on its way. Yes, if you don't have it already.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's just something that is something else we can do with our knitting, you know? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. All right.
Stunning.
Let's announce a winner.
Our second winner today is at Mongrain8934.
Congrats.
And they say, this episode is so packed with interesting and useful information. As always, I will have to listen to it a second time and take notes. Congratulations at Mongrain8934. If you can email us at info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Sounds great. And just thank you everyone for watching and being here with us. There'll be some FOs and things at the end, which we do every week, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
And Maggie, I think all that's left to say is if you go out,
take your knitting.
bye.